up from the puppy pile.
You were on the record in 2022 voicing concerns about Biden's age and ability. Whom do you blame for the decision of him to run for re-election and the decision to hide his declining abilities as much as they were able to?
Well, look, at the top end, you have to blame him because he made the decision. But he was, and your book reflects this in many different ways, he was shielded by a coterie of advisors and his family. They were in this confirmation bubble, and they tried to shield the world from his decline, and they tried to shield him from his own standing and his polling numbers and so on. And so at the end of the day, I have to point the finger at the people around him who didn't do him a service by encouraging him to continue. I think it was obvious to the public. It may not have been obvious to a lot of politicians. I actually think it was, but it wasn't politically wise in their judgment to speak out. But it was obvious to the American people, even before that debate, that the president was just too old. He would have been closer to 90 than 80 if he had won re-election, and he already was showing decline. So I blame the people around him because real loyalty, and it's hard when you work for President Jake to tell them hard truths, but real loyalty demanded that they say, Mr. President, it's just not there and it's not in your interest and it's better.
Are these people slow? Are these people slow, man, or is it just me? Why are they acting like millions of Americans that were saying something was wrong with this guy? You guys just weren't paying attention, and all of a sudden, you guys are like, "Well, we blame the advisors and the aides around them." What about the millions of people that were telling you what was wrong? These people are dumb. Like, these people are so stupid. You cannot be serious with me right now that they're trying to have an intelligent conversation about Joe Biden, who we've been talking about for more than 5 years now, that there's been something wrong with them. And all of a sudden the light bulb goes off with Fake Tapper in his book. Not to mention KGP, his press secretary, now has a book out now. Everybody seems to have a memory now. All of a sudden post-election, when it's time for people to get jobs, everybody now has a brain to remember how declined Joe Biden was. I remember David Axelrod. I think he was on one of these shows, Abby Phillip or whoever, peddling the lie, saying everything was good about Joe Biden. Man, these people were nothing but paid puppets to say that Joe Biden was great. And had he won, these folks would be still saying the same thing. I just can't stand it, man. They act like people are stupid. They act like we're dumb. And then they want us to trust the words that come out of their mouths. I want to hear what Van Jones says, Mr. Puppy Pile. Mr. Biden put me out of the puppy pile. Oh, the puppy pile. Yeah, what do you got to say now, since you know him so well?
For you,
I don't want to hear what David Axelrod got to say. Let me hear what this guy got to say. Crying Negro Network, Mr. CNN.
First, like, how do you feel?
Crying.
First, this book is extraordinary. I don't care who you are, left, right, or otherwise. Anybody who cares about this country and about just the dynamics of power, this is the emperor's new clothes playing itself out in real time. Everybody knew, but everyone was afraid to say, except for David Axelrod for 2 years.
Wait.
The emperor's new clothes playing itself out in real time. Everybody knew, but everyone was afraid to say, except for David Axelrod for 2 years, that something was wrong here. And so, yeah, I was shocked. I love Joe Biden. I don't like him. I love him. I got a chance to work with him.
Pause, bro.
When I was a part of the Obama administration and loved him more every day, I was shocked to see his condition when he came out. And so was the world. And that wasn't the first time he was in that condition. The book makes it very, very clear. There are people who knew and said nothing.
You need a book in order to see that this man wasn't fit? You need a book from your buddy in CNN to find out that Joe Biden was not fit. You need a book to show you that he was falling around everywhere. Jill Biden, Barack Obama, and everyone was shielding his hand to walk off stage. You needed a book when this dude didn't know where he was and walked into a forest? You needed a book to tell you that? Oh, so you're a book smart person. You're not a street smart person. You're book dumb. You're silly. Jake Tapper's book is probably nothing but a bunch of few more lies and a bunch of common sense that a bunch of conservatives have already said already. That you guys have called conspiracy theorists. Misinformation, disinformation. You guys got to stop that. You guys are waking up because you've lost an election and you're losing your powers by every single month, and every single time your little freaking ratings come out for the Democrat Party, you guys are losing more and more leverage and more power. And now you're trying to figure out, well, I guess we must admit that Joe Biden wasn't there already, even though we knew it. This is insane, bro. You need a book to tell you that?
Crime against this republic. And I think the Democrats are going to pay for a long time for being a part of what is now being revealed to be a massive cover-up.
Oh, look at that. Looks like you're now saying the same things that most conservatives are saying, which is what? Democrats are probably not going to win an election for at least the next 2 national cycles. Joe Biden has single-handedly ruined the Democrat Party. Now, we can finally come around to some of these Democrats can finally say he has. Joe Biden single-handedly is ruining the Democrat Party. It starts with the leader. It started with the lie, and then it went all the way down. And guess what? You're so far down the line that you're now looking at AOC and Jasmine Crockett to lead you guys to the finish line. We're going to react to Jasmine Crockett here in a second. You're now depending on her to get you there. And it's not working for you guys. Shout out to BX Mail. What's happening with you, sir? We back on the, you call them the liar-crats. We back on the Democrats. This is absolutely insane. We already know what was going on with the Democrat Party. You know what most of the conservatives are doing and the people who voted for Trump are doing? We're looking at you Democrats like this. Anything new? Anything new you want to tell me that I don't know? We just want to hear you guys say you were wrong. That's all we want to hear. I don't understand why you need a book from any Democrat to tell you what the hell you have seen on TV. You didn't see Joe Biden on TV as much as you see Trump, right? And BX Mail, how you feel about, I'm on a live stream, by the way, if you see this on a replay. How you feel about the Trump versus Elon thing right now? What's going on right now? You don't need a book to tell you anything about this man falling everywhere. They said that this man, his doctor said if he falls one more time, he could be bound to a wheelchair. He was in that bad of a condition? This was the president. This is the person making the most important decisions for our nation. And they made this seem like they were trying to hire a manager at Toys R Us.
Sensational.
Oh, it's no big deal. We'll just find somebody. This is insane. You don't need any book from anybody to show you what the hell your eyes should have seen for 4 years. The moment that they were trying to kick this man out of his own party, think about it. They kicked him out of his own party. People voted for him, and the Democrats said, we're going to strip him out of the way. Why would they take a person who just supposedly won the election? Why would you take him out and replace him with someone else if he wasn't that good? The lies unraveled so much, they couldn't keep up with the lie. I said this when I was talking to my mom. My mom loves, she's a Democrat. I said, the lie became the bigger lie and then the big lie, and they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop it. But now you got Van Jones up here, now finally coming to reality that, yeah, the man that I like, the man that I love, wasn't in the greatest condition, and the Democrats are going to lose for many cycles to come. No shiitake mushroom. No crap, Sherlock Holmes.
I love Joe Biden. I don't like him. I love him. I got a chance to work with him when I was a part of the Obama administration and loved him more every day. I was shocked to see his condition when he came out, and so was the world. And that wasn't the first time he was in that condition. The book makes it very, very clear. There are people who knew and said nothing. And that is a crime against this republic. And I think the Democrats are going to pay for a long time for being a part of what is now being revealed to be a massive cover-up.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got to call it what it is. This is pathetic. Like, anybody right now that is now saying that, oh, well, I guess he was declining and this and that. You guys are pathetic, man. And the reason why I say that is because you are either politically blind to the point where you hate Trump so much you couldn't see the truth. That's part of a cult, right? That's a cult-like mindset when you can't see the truth, and you continue to just believe a lie, or you're just dumb. You just chose to be dumb. I mean, my 7-year-old daughter could see that man was old and something was wrong with him. You got people in their 40s and 50s like, oh, there's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. The dude was barely on TV. The dude could not come on TV. It was a special event when that guy came on the TV. Shout out to my man CG. What's going on with you, man? Now, this, I actually went live like literally within 5 minutes, so it probably didn't do it. I'm actually creating a notification today at 10 p.m. for tomorrow's live stream, so that way you all get the notification. So this was a quick one. But I just don't understand why you need to have a book to tell you this. This man was hiding in plain sight. They made sure not to put him on TV. And all of a sudden, when he's out of office, now we hear about the auto pen. Now we're hearing about these pardons. Now we're hearing about AIDS. In tomorrow's show, we will talk about Anthony Burnell.
Sensational.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about Anthony Burnell, who's potentially basically the person of interest, potentially the person behind the auto pen. There's a strong possibility that this guy was the guy creating and doing everything on behalf of Joe Biden. Who was always with who? Jill Biden.
Sensational.
That's who my eyes are on. And again, I could be wrong, but my eyes are on Jill Biden. Period. It's a very simple reason why my eyes are on Jill Biden. That's your husband. My wife know everything, pretty much everything about me. She know when my mood go change. She know when I'm happy, right? She even know what I'm gonna do in the morning. She know my routine. She knows a lot. And she will know, hey, something didn't change about you. You all right? A woman's gonna know. But also, if a woman is power hungry, that, my friends, is something different. Because she will then expose her husband jump over her husband and feel that power and be able to make these decisions. Because this man, from what he used to run on to what he was doing in the White House, two different things. The White House was chaotic. By the way, again, this is a live stream if you're watching it on the replay. CG and my man BX Mail, how you feel about KGP's new book? I heard about Pocahontas. I heard about Elizabeth Warren possibly being behind it as well. There's probably a few people behind it. They probably were just treating that thing like I'm trying to figure out what they would use it like. I don't know. I was going to say something inappropriate, but yeah, I mean, they just were treating that thing like it was just theirs, right? But anyways, why you not interested in her book, CG? Corinne Jean-Pierre talks about the broken White House and more Biden cover-ups and how she's an independent now. She's not a Democrat anymore. It's funny. Mayor Eric Adams is leaving the Democrat Party. He's running as an independent. The mayor of Detroit, Mike Duggan, who won as a Democrat, is also running as an independent. Everybody is running from the Democrat Party.
Sensational.
Meanwhile, you got people that are ready to die on that hill for them and all they woke agenda. But anyways, this is Van Jones, a.k.a. Mr. CNN, Mr. Crying Negro Network, always crying on TV. Mr. Biden pulled me out of the puppy pile, but didn't know the man was unfit to run office and something was wrong with him. Nobody wanted to get this guy some help. Nobody wanted to get him help, but they all wanted to use his power. That's the problem that I'm having. Because this man needed help. And they were like, oh, no. We got to prop him up. We got to use his power that he's got. He's the most powerful man in the world. And I bet you when this gets unraveled and the layers come back from this damn onion, our eyes are going to hurt because we're going to see how many people were using this presidency for their own personal gain. People become greedy. And you got people that are in the Congress, people that are in whatever, they're in the Senate, they're in the Congress, whatever. They have been there for so long that they're no longer following the rules because they know the rules to the game and how to cheat the system. You got Bernie Sanders up there. He's been in office forever. All these little old folks, Nancy Pelosi, all these people have been in there forever. They know the rules to the game and they're not playing by the rules anymore. And guess what? They got their president in there and they probably start using this for their own personal gain. And I would not be surprised when the stories come out. I'm not even surprised about the Elizabeth Warren. I'm not. It just confirms that everybody was using Joe Biden to get what they really wanted. But I guess I'll be a conspiracy theorist. Until the stories come out, or wait until another Democrat writes a book. And then the Dumbocrats will believe the Democrats for the same lie that everybody else has been saying was a lie for years. They're so late to the party. Let me read y'all comments. I appreciate y'all coming on here. Again, this was a really quick live stream. You said she's a female Stephen A. Stephen A. Flopper.